Welcome to the Vodkast, Bob. Alright, that was stupid. Here's the thing, though. Look at these. Alright, see how cool they are? See how badass they are? You know what these are? These are meat slicers. These are actually called metal meat slicers. Cutters, shredders. These are some of the coolest things I've ever seen in my entire life. And I plan on filming a little short with these. If I've finished it since I recorded this, then I'll insert it here. I hope you loved it. If I didn't record it, then I'll place it, or I'll release it as its own thing at some point. But how fucking cool are these? I haven't taken the plastic off them yet, but man, I just want to go to town on a tree or something. Back to you. Good morning, and welcome to the Vodkast, or whatever we're calling this thing these days. Message in the morning. It is only about 9 o'clock this morning, so we could call it a morning. I'm trying a few new things out today. I've got a microphone on a boom stand, let's just say that. And I'm hoping that it picks up the audio a little bit better. It's a lot closer than it was when it was on the camera. And oddly, I can't see on here anymore the volumes going up and down. I used to be able to see when what my volume was at. I have to figure it out. I had to reset my camera last week. I don't know if I tell you guys the story or not. I feel like I have, but if I haven't, I'm going to tell you it anyway. The vlog I recorded on my birthday, when I brought it into the computer, the audio was like and echoey and muffled and distorted, but you could barely hear it in some points, and then it would get a little louder. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I was kind of proud of that one. I felt, you know, it wasn't my best, but I had a good time with it, and I just felt like it came out pretty good. And there was a lot of interesting little witty things that I said, because it was my birthday, so that day I was on coffee. So I brought the files in, the audio's all messed up, so I got on with support from Canon, for a few hours, back and forth, trying different things. I knew that all my microphones were working, I knew the SD card was fine. The only thing I could think it was the input jack for the Canon 80D, and it wasn't. A few days earlier, I've had these same 5.1 Logitech speakers for, I don't know, maybe 10 years now. They're really reliable, they sound good. There's a little breakout box with volume, and you can change the subwoofer and left and up and back, down, left, right. Anywho, there's also a button on there called Matrix Mode, and I thought, well, I really enjoyed the Matrix, the first Matrix at least. Let's turn it on. I have never tried this thing. So what it does is it tries to virtually create a 5.1 sound using 2.1 speakers, but I already have 5.1 sound. The wacky thing is, whatever codecs Canon uses in their audio when they export it or whatever, I don't know. Because when I could listen to it on the camera and it sounded fine, but when I brought it in the computer, it was off. So I even tried running the audio out of the jack on this, and it sounded fine when it was coming through my speakers. So I'm like, okay, this is messed up. Long story short, the codecs that come out of the Canon, for some reason, were reacting with this little piece of technology that Logitech uses. Check out this. Look at this the other day. I'm actually afraid to not hold my tripod. That's how fucking crazy windy it is out right now. We just got home, we ran out for a little while, and there are shingles all over the fucking yard everywhere. There's shingles everywhere. The wind was like blowing. There's just streets without power right now. All the lights between here and where I work are basically out, like the stop lights and the stop and go lights. We're having like these little lulls. But there's shit flying everywhere when we were driving. It's pretty crazy. I have to keep my hand on this. Like I can see it moving and I'm worried it's gonna fall over. Look at this. Pieces of shingles. There's at least, I'd say, 6 shingles that fell off the roof. I was looking up at my roof and like whole rows of shingles were just lifting up. It's so crazy windy. I've never seen, with the exception of the derecho that completely destroyed our yard, like I've never seen wind like this. This is insane today. Let's walk around, see if there's anything else left to see.
next to this tree. I don't know what the hell that was. Something was just vibrating. This bench over here, that was like over there. This stuff just flying around like insane. It's just like crazy. There's pillows out in the woods that we had on some of the something else just fell. I don't see what it was, but I heard it. This is crazy. Wait, shingles on the stairs. Complete insanity. It's just nuts. Which is too bad because it's a beautiful day beyond that. And I don't have to work. Carol doesn't have to work.
The wind was crazy. We lost like 20 shingles off of the top of our roof. We had an adjuster come out yesterday, and I'm really hoping that that our insurance will cover it. All right, and the real reason we are here is this letter I joked about in my birthday video about how this came for Carol and I didn't get one, and she is not registered as a Republican. I can promise you that. And so, why we got it, how we got it, it doesn't really matter. I just started reading the questions to myself the other day, and because somebody told me they were really ridiculous. And I thought, you know what? Why don't we do a video where I answer them, sincerely and honestly, to the president? Because he checks out the Vodkast all the time. Mr. Trump? Oh yeah, he loves that. I decided to cut this video into 2 parts at least. I might do 3 just because of the length of this video. I realized when I was filming it, or I realized when I was editing it, how long it really was and how much of the beginning is so much different than the end. I could make this like a super vlog, but I don't want to do that because I'm trying to keep these things like around 10 minutes or less, unless there's something very specific I want to, not like I'm limiting myself. Today just went long, and I realized that part of it was, I watched a video yesterday and explained a lot about how the creative process and how when you start, like you have all these ideas and you're so excited and you're fired up, and then as time goes on, you start to lose interest in what you're doing. But it's not always about what you're doing. It's I don't know how to say this because it's not like we get millions of views here on the Vodkast. But my point is that those who do watch it are interested in seeing what I have to say. Otherwise, you wouldn't be watching, I would assume. And at this point, I really enjoy the whole Road to 40 process was fun and exciting. And it's what I like to do. I like to sit and talk to you guys and tell you what I'm thinking and what's going on with my day. Show you crazy windy videos like that. So we're going to have a lot of little sit-downs like this. That's the reason why I'm breaking this into more than one. Because the focus of this first part was just to kind of update you guys on what's going on. Tell you a few little stories of what happened over my week. And finally to tell you that I was originally going to do the State of the Nation survey all-inclusive. But I decided to split it up because it's very politically driven, and I share a lot of my opinions, and my emotions run a little higher than I wanted them to. I wanted this to be a funny thing. When I first got it, I read it, and I started reading them, and I was like, oh, this is ridiculous. This is silly. And but then I started getting mad as I was actually reading it. So I don't want that to be a part of this that you're watching right now. So if you are happy watching this and you're perfectly satisfied never seeing me talk about politics, you might want to skip the next 1 or 2 parts of this video. If you want to see me go off the rails a little bit, I don't get angry. I mean, it's not like I'm furious, but I give you my opinion, and I just want you guys to enjoy this, and I don't want to make anybody mad. I know I might do that sometimes because we don't all agree on everything. And that's good. We shouldn't all agree on everything, or it would be a very fucking boring world. So let me wrap this one up. And if you're, like I said, if you want to hear me talk about politics, then click on the next one, and or it should be the next one after this one, I think. I don't know how that whole thing works with the, playing videos in order. If it just, Thank you guys for tuning in for this first one. If you loved it, please smash that like button down below. If you haven't subscribed and you like what you've seen, please subscribe, comment. If there's something you want me to talk about, something you want me to review, something you want me to eat, I'll consider it. Just put it in the comments below. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'll see you guys a little bit further on down the road in the next video. Peace.